Hey guys, today I'm gonna be reacting to REN's speech for hitting 1 million subscribers. Let's check it out.
I want to keep this short and sweet because I wrote something that I want to share with you. But first of all, I just want to say how grateful I am. I've reached 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which is a huge milestone. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who supported my music over the years, whether you're newly on board or have been here for a while. I wanted to say thank you to the YouTube reaction community who have gotten behind my stuff in a big way and really helped me reach this goal. So thank you guys. Yeah, I wanted to read this passage that I wrote about success. Is too much for me to remember right now, so bear with me. But yeah, success to me means that I have a responsibility that transcends me. If I have a platform where people are paying attention, then I feel like it's my duty to make that count. It's far more important than my aspirations with music and what I could personally gain. There's a saying that stuck with me recently, which was a rising tide lifts all ships. Somehow,
Someone wrote that in my comment. Rising tide raises all ships. I love that.
the saying that stuck with me recently, which was a rising tide lifts all ships. Somehow, by finding success for myself has meant that I can find success for the people around me, and that makes me feel very rich. I'm in a very strange position right now where I owe much of my success to the most destructive force in my life, which has been the turbulence of my physical and mental illness. The thing that has by far brought me the most pain has been a source of constant inspiration, which ironically led to creations which brought me the most joy.
This reminds me of this saying. We all know post-traumatic stress, but there's another thing. It's called post-traumatic growth. And this is when you go through a traumatizing experience, you alchemize it, you make it into gold, and you grow from it. And you come out of it a better person, a better version of yourself, a truer version of yourself. And I think we focus so much on post-traumatic stress, and we need to focus more on post-traumatic growth. The pain that you have in your life is the gift that if you alchemize it and not let it destroy you, it will be the gold that helps you on the world around you. And I love that Ren is mentioning that.
Creating art which means something to somebody else and can potentially be a companion to somebody else in the dark justifies my own pain, and I desperately needed that to be justified. There are a lot of people alive today who live in the dark. It's a place that I'm very familiar with. In the peak of my health problems, I was severely underweight. All my meals had to be restricted and blended, and I was so tired that I couldn't participate in life. I couldn't socialize, I couldn't watch films, I couldn't read. My bones constantly hurt. Even standing in the shower was excruciating and exhausting. And this went on for years, with no answers. Nobody could have ever convinced me during that time that my pain and suffering would be a source for something good, because it felt insidious. Nobody could have ever convinced me that something constructive can come from hurting every day. But I'm here to tell you that if you are hurting every day, don't be afraid. One thing I know to be a certain, to be a constant law of the universe, is that life is inconsistent. Life is beautiful and life is hideous. Life is kind and life is cruel. Dancing inside this dichotomy and inconsistency makes me know that you won't hurt forever, whether that comes from resolution of what you're going through or acceptance of where you are. You won't hurt forever. You don't know yet whether or not your pain conceals gold. It definitely conceals wisdom, and it's definitely a catalyst for filling you with empathy. So stand strong, my friends, and don't let the darkness consume you, because once you know the dark and become intimate with it, you become very capable of wielding the light. You could be instrumental for changing this world for the better. There's nothing humble about shrinking or doubting yourself because you are large. You can be ferocious, and you could be magnificent. For the medical industry, who too often let people fall through the cracks, it's your duty to do better. For the people living in the light, who have either stepped out of their shadow or have never had to walk beside it, it's your responsibility to put out untainted love. Our own greed, desire to ferociously expand, and decisions rooted in self-interest can benefit ourselves in a material sense, but can be very destructive to the hive and the world around us, ultimately hurting ourselves. So we really must consider that if we're going to step into a bright future. As humans, we have an incredible potential, and it would be a shame to throw it away. So community, humanity, and changing our relationship with the natural world so it leans more towards homeostasis must be a priority number one. If you're watching this and there's a knot tied up in your stomach with bitterness, anger, or hatred for your fellow human being, be with it, feel it, understand it, express it, and then let it go. You're hurting. Give yourself love, forgive yourself, and then project that love outwards and the anger will pass. We have a decision in every interaction to tilt the world towards heaven or hell, towards Jannah or Jahannam, utopia or dystopia, and some people's ideas of heaven will be another's image of hell. So tread carefully, but treat those differences with respect. Tapestries are made beautiful because the variety in the sum of their parts. Thank you to 1 million people inside this rich tapestry for the opportunity for me to try and spread my own vision of what I believe to be good. And thank you for justifying my pain. Thank you. I love you.
We love you, Ren. I love his speech, and I love what he said about if you feel anger or hatred towards someone else, sit with it and feel it, learn from it, express it, and move on. Alchemize it, turn it into gold, and you'll find wisdom underneath it. He didn't say hide from it or you're a bad person. Emotions are just information. If you're feeling happy, excited, ecstatic, angry, jealous, whatever feeling or emotion you're experiencing, it's only information. Sit with it, understand it, and learn from it, and it will pass. And I love that he mentioned that. And also his message over here reminds me so much of the message of Hi Ren. Thank you, Ren, so much for being so brave and courageous to alchemize your own trauma and pain into gold that all of us can tap into, pull inspiration from, and grow together as a human collective. You're doing your part and excelling at it. I love his passion and love for humanity. In our world today, it's so easy to fall into the trap of hating humanity. But if you find someone who has this much passion for humanity and love, stick to that person, because they are special and they are on the right path. Loving humanity and being compassionate to the human collective is so important because we are all human. So glad I watched this video. Thank you guys for recommending it to me, and I hope you enjoyed watching it with me. See you next time.